What is going on, people? Back in the hammock. Gonna make a video about the Amico. So what I was gonna do today was I was going to address some questions, or not really questions, but comments that were made by one of the, I'm guessing it's an Amico cult member. He's made comments with my video before. He's using a fake account, so I don't know who it really is. Not that it really matters. I honestly don't care. But in comments, I can't fucking stand getting into discussions in the comments. I mean, it's like, it feels like you can never actually articulate your points as well than by speaking them, at least for me. I mean, I can certainly write, but I guess I really don't want to. Maybe I'm lazy, or it's kind of hard to tell when you're typing the tone that you're taking, and maybe you may come across as though you're pissed off, or or whatever. So it just always seems like comments can be misleading. So I told this guy, I was like, you know what, man, next time I make a video, I'm just going to talk about it, because I don't feel like sitting here typing in the comments. I don't have time. I have a family, I have a job. I just talk about the Amico as literally because it's a hobby, and people seem to like it, and it gets views, and it's an interesting topic to talk about. So without any further ado, let's take a look at some of these comments. Now, I'll probably have to edit a little bit as I scroll through and try to figure out exactly what I'm going to say, and I'm only going to mostly address the ones that were addressed to me. They're not necessarily ones that were to other people, because that really wasn't a discussion I was involved in. If they want to talk about it, they can themselves, but I'm going to mostly address the ones that were towards me. So let's see. And we're going to call this guy Captain Dick, just for easier way to say his name. Anyways, so on my video where I talked about why is it necessary to talk about the Calico Chameleon, and I was mostly going on about how I think that it's fair to have criticism, because you should have two sides to every story, where it's like, as most of the coverage of the Amico for a long time was positive. So I thought that it was fair to cover it, because instead of only seeing all the perfect rosiness of the console, it would be nice to also be able to talk about things that aren't so perfect about it, and that way the consumer can make up their minds about what they want. I never would want to, if somebody, well, you know what, fuck it, we'll just talk about it as I read the comments. I'm not going to start rambling. Alright, so the first one, the comment that was made by a guy named Easy G. He has left a lot of comments in my videos, and he's always got good things to say. But he said, great video. It will be sad if a parent or grandparent bought the Amico because of astroturfing. If they had all the info and then buy it, that's okay. That's kind of how it should be. As long as you have all the info, both sides, that's okay. That's a pretty normal statement, a pretty fair, level-headed statement. Okay, Captain Dick next. But I've seen y'all in comments confronting aware parents, telling them to instead buy a Switch. If they have the info, why try to steer them away? Doesn't add up to what you just said. Acting like a bunch of anti-Amico hooligans doesn't give you the high ground. I'm not trying to take the high ground here, dude. I'm not. It's like, I've said all along, I'm open to criticism. It's like, if I don't know exactly everything that I'm saying, I for 100% fact, but it is an opinion of how I feel about the Amico. And I don't know who he's talking about. He said, I've seen y'all. I'm sure there are elements of people that are against the Amico maybe, I haven't seen the proof, but they have been, maybe they've maybe they are telling people just don't buy it if they really want it. If somebody has all the information, they want to buy the Amico, that's their choice. I mean, I would never tell anybody not to buy it, because if it is, I mean, it like I said, I've always said all along, there is fun that could be had with the Amico. I just feel like it's way overpriced for what it is, and at the same time, it's a risk to get into that system because it is a new startup system. I mean, businesses fail more than they succeed. So you just need to know going into it, this is not the same in television that you once knew. This is a brand new company, new people, it's name only. And there's a very good chance that this company will not be around in a couple of years. That's just the nature of business. Doesn't help the fact that you've also got a CEO who is crazy and loves to get involved in drama and speaks before he thinks, and has a good chance of getting himself into trouble, which is going to affect the company. So that's what I'm going to say about that. Jesus Christ, come on here, tablet. This is an old tablet. It was a pain in the ass to get this thing to work, because I film with my camera, and just to be able to try to read the comments here, I had to factory reset it, because at some point my son put a lock on it with the pattern. I couldn't figure out the pattern to unlock, so I had to factory reset it. Then I had to like update multiple times to get the Play Store to work and the YouTube. So this has been a pain in the ass. This has been like a 2-hour ordeal, so I was pissed, but I'm finally over it. All right. So yes, EZG responds. I will read this just because he said, where did I tell a parent to buy a Switch? If someone said the only way to play couch co-op is on the Amico, and I say you can play couch co-op on the Switch, that's a fact. Not telling them to buy the Amico. All right, so they kind of went back and forth. All right. I said something about, of course they should buy a Switch. Nintendo will be around in 3 years. Then he says to me, Captain Dick, that's not the point of this thread. The point is y'all play the high ground, saying if people know the facts, we let them purchase what they want, preceded by actively searching parents out to tell them only loser parents buy Amico for their kids. Cool kids have Switch. I'm paraphrasing. So I don't know who he's talking about, y'all. I am not actively seeking out parents. I don't give a shit. I literally, like I have said, am only... Sorry. I am only providing a secondary part to this narrative, where the narrative for a long time was the Amico is perfect and it's amazing and Tommy Tallarico is God. So I am not actively seeking out anyone. I wouldn't do that. I mean, that's straight up, and that's straight up stupid. That's what crazy SJW types try to do, like to try to get somebody canceled. I don't know if anyone's doing that. If anyone's doing that, then don't do that. That just makes you look crazy. I mean, if people want to buy the Amico, let them buy the Amico. It's their responsibility to do the research and try to look up to see what else there is. I just want to be able to put that out there, so when the Intellivision Amico is searched, maybe a video like mine will pop up and they might look at it and say, oh, you know what, maybe I didn't think about this. This could be a risk to buy this system. It's not like it used to be. It's not Mattel that owns television anymore. In television, it's a new company. Okay, let us continue. This part's funny here. So he says, it's also funny you mentioned that, he says, meanwhile, in television, the console has been around since before the Nintendo. So I said that Nintendo was founded in 1889. I realized they were not making consoles back then. I just said that because Nintendo has staying power. They have been a company for a long time. They will be here in the next 2 or 3 years, guaranteed. So he then said, Captain Dick said, I thought we're talking about video games. If you're going to include playing cards, then I could say Mattel's toy line was superior to Nintendo's. Now, I didn't say this part. I was thinking it in my mind, but I really didn't think. This is what I said. I'll just read what I said. So I said, Mattel has nothing to do with today's Intellivision. And yes, I will tell people to straight up buy a Switch over the Amico because it's so superior. I have no problem admitting that. I will tell you that. That's what I'm telling you. You should buy a Switch. But I'm not going to tell you if you've made your mind up to get the Amico. No, don't do that. Don't do that. That's dumb. You know, if you really want it, if you think it's going to be good for your kids and you don't mind spending that money, by all means buy it. I mean, it could be the right fit for you. I still will tell them, though, just so you know, it could be a risk. It's not the same Intellivision that you know. But here's the thing. He's talking about the Intellivision console coming out before Nintendo. Nintendo had a console that came out in 1977 called the Color TV game or something like that. I'm pretty sure it's called the Color TV game. So even if we were talking about consoles, Nintendo came out before that. They were dabbling in the video game market all throughout the 70s. They actually, I was doing some research on it, and they, I guess, were working with Magnavox also. Nintendo created some sort of a light gun that would work with their system, and they were producing arcade games in the 70s before Intellivision even got going. So Nintendo, so that argument right there, I'm sorry, Nintendo has been in dealing with video games before the Intellivision. In fact, that Color TV game system actually sold more units than the Intellivision did. So, you know, whatever. There you go. But my point about all of that is he's still talking about Intellivision like it used to be. Yes, if Mattel itself were coming out with that, which, are they even still in business? Is Mattel still in business? They weren't bought by Hasbro, were they? I'm pretty sure they still are. Either way, it doesn't matter. If the Mattel company were coming out with this Intellivision, I would not have probably a word to say about it, because it's being released by a company that knows what they're doing and that has been around for a long time, which is the whole point. The whole point is that it's a brand new startup company, and there's a right way and a wrong way to bring a new console to the market. Look, for example, the Steam Deck that's coming out. Steam is going to be releasing a new console, a handheld, which is going to be awesome. I would definitely love to buy one, and I think I probably will. But they've already got the price, they've got the release date, they've got the specs listed, and everything that it's going to do. And you can pretty much guarantee that what they're going to do is what they say they're going to do, because they seem like a company that knows what they're doing. Whereas Intellivision does not give me confidence to know what they're doing. The release date just keeps changing. They're not giving anyone any information about this new release date that's supposed to come out in October. I mean, 3 months out, you should be already telling people it's going to be delayed. They don't know which games are even going to come out for it. It doesn't appear as though these motion controls are working yet, because we haven't seen cornhole being played with the controller. And on top of that, your CEO is insane. He's literally getting into fights with nobodies online and threatening to sue people that are like Ars Technica that would release the specs, which they're not doing. They're not releasing the specs. It requires somebody to actually do some journalism and go dig and find out about it, and then you immediately threaten to sue them, which you can't do. You know, it's like his actions scream incompetence. His actions scream that this system, this company is going to fail. I mean, it's like there's so many. It's already, like I said, it's already hard enough to start a new company, and when you're acting like that, your chances of success drop even further. And you know, the whole point of the videos that I made, and like especially the last video I made, in television appears to be targeting the people that don't know a whole lot about video game systems. And that I don't like that. I don't like that at all, because you're trying to tug on the heartstrings of people that don't really understand what's happening, and they see the name in television, they think Mattel, they think longevity, but you're not being forthright about who you are today. You know, it's, I don't want to say that it's a scam. I just feel like in a way it's somewhat misleading, and that's just the whole point, is that people should be able to hear that side of it, that there is a risk in what you could be buying. And you know, every time you make a video like that, like, people have to jump into the comments and say, y'all are doing this, y'all are doing that. Like, you know, I'm not doing anything. I'm literally trying to make a rational video that just talks about the side of the Amico that is not all perfect. And if you go to like any of the cult members, the YouTubers who are so pro Amico, they rarely will point out any kind of a problem. And I feel like if they were being legit with their viewers, they would try to present both sides. And that's the whole reason why the other people have had to come out and do this, because you're not presenting both sides of the argument. You literally are only telling people that everything's going to be perfect. And it's like they're trying to target little kids. You know, it's like if they can get in and get that kid to become an Amico person, then maybe they'll be an Amico person for life. It's all about making money. That's all it is. It's all about making money. And when you come across as though you're trying to be like, I'm trying to do it for family, and we want to bring back couch co-op, and it's going to be so great for gamers. Dude, it's literally about your bottom line. You know, like, you don't play this game where you're trying to make it seem like that your intentions are completely altruistic. You know, like, you don't play that game. You know, don't play the game where it's like you just want to come across as you're trying to do what's best for the consumer. Because honestly, what's best for the consumer would be to buy a Nintendo product, because you can guarantee that it comes with that seal of quality from Nintendo. While yes, they do have some problems, but you know, you're gonna get a good product. And then you've got the company to back up the fact that they're gonna make it right if there's a problem. They're gonna be there to support that product. They're gonna be releasing games all the time, and it's just a better experience. And their people in charge aren't nut jobs. Let's get back to the comments. So then he said, thanks for the history lesson, but since you were forecasting the future, I thought we may as well also look at the past, including Mattel. Again, though, man, why look at the past when it has nothing to do with what's going on in the future? I mean, television failed. I mean, it sold, it didn't even sell 3 million units. I mean, that's a decent amount, I guess, at the time, but they did not survive the video game crash. You know, I know they released the Intellivision 2. I don't know exactly when they stopped support for it and quit making games, but I'm sorry, but the Nintendo NES came in and just shredded everybody. I mean, it pushed everyone to the side. So yeah, sure, we can go back and look at the past, but you know, you can go back and look at the past of the greatness of Rome or Greece You know, like where the fuck are they now? You know, they have no power now. I mean, it's sure you can always go back and look at history, and at some point, maybe somebody had some success, but they are long gone from those days. I mean, and television is long gone from the Mattel. So that argument right there, like, just stop making it. There is nothing to fall back on. There's literally no point to look back at the history because it is not connected in any way, shape, or form. It is literally a name. The Intellivision Amico could be called the Panasonic Amico. It wouldn't matter. I mean, it's a fucking name. It doesn't mean anything. So that was the whole reason why they got the Intellivision name, was to try to get people's interest and to show, you know, nostalgia for the name and to give them some fucking credibility. The same way with the Amico Chameleon. You know, the same thing that's going on with this new Atari system, which is going to fail too, you know. But I know people do seem to use it for other purposes, you know, like using it as a computer or emulation. I'm not exactly sure what they do with it. I'm not going to try to pretend like I do, but I know there are purposes for that. But it's got much more powerful hardware in it than the Amico does. So I don't know what you're going to be able to do with the Amico. So I don't want to see that argument anymore. But there's no past here. There's no past to fall on. And okay, Tommy Tallarico has experience in the video game industry, but you know, he just made music, and maybe he's got some connections, but that's only going to get you so far. So these people do not. No, I'm sorry. It's just not an argument that you can make. The people that are there now are not involved in any way in making video game consoles before. As far as I know, I don't know everybody that's on the team. I haven't researched everyone, but they don't have anything to do with Intellivision. The original Intellivision. That's dead. That's gone. Let's see what we are anyway. So then I asked him, I said, and I did say this, and I will say this is my point. I did not tag him in this like I thought I did. I said it's not a stretch to say Nintendo has a way better shot of being around in the next 3 years than Intellivision. It's certainly not. If you're a betting man, you bet on Nintendo than over Intellivision being here in the next 3 years. So then I said to him, who are you anyways? Why come into my comments with a fake account? Very strange. And then later on he was going on about how I'm not calling out other people with fake accounts. But then he says to me, if a parent plans to buy 2 consoles, one Switch and one Amico for Christmas, I believe you would also advise them not to buy the Amico because this is about your feelings and not what kids truly want. My fucking feelings. I don't know how many times I have to say it. Like, it's if a kid wants the Amico, and certainly if they were going to buy both, then they have the money to buy both. And actually, I would love to see a family buy both, and then let's come back 6 months later and see which one's still fucking being used. You know, like, yeah, I would love to see that. That would be a great experiment. And you know, I am not going to lose any sleep over people buying a fucking Amico. I will not care one way, shape, or form. I am only making videos, like I said, to provide an alternate viewpoint of a system that I feel is going to fail and I feel is not a safe bet to buy. Are there more pressing topics in the world? Yeah, absolutely. Are they way more depressing and things I really don't want to think about? Yeah, I really don't. I mean, you know, there's all sorts of revolutions happening throughout the world right now, you know. So it's crazy. It's a crazy time right now. So it's kind of fun just to not think about everything that's going on. I mean, we got this new stupid strand of the coronavirus, the Delta variant, you know. The world is crazy. The world is crazy, and it's just kind of fun sometimes to talk about a bullshit topic like the Amico, and you know, to think about something that is different than all the rest of the crap that's going on in the world. And but at the end of the day, it's a fucking video game system. Who gives a shit? You know, I mean, this drama is kind of fun. You know, it gets clicks, and people seem to be interested in it, and I will talk about it because it's fun to talk about. But my feelings towards the Amico are not like hate or like, do not buy it. He like online just rage typing. I don't fucking care, man. I mean, maybe there's people out there that are doing that, but it's not me, man. I'm not that guy. I'm the dude that's fucking sitting in his hammock, chilling, talking about a video console that I think is stupid. But my feelings on it, it's just, fucking cares, man. If you want to buy Amico, buy an Amico. If you want to be stupid, be stupid, buy an Amico. That's your right. It's your choice. But I still think that buying the Switch is a better play, and I will say that. I have no problem saying that. I have no problem telling somebody that. But I'm not going to sit there and argue with them. I might say, hey man, just so you know, I mean, this is not the same in television, you know. It might not be here in a couple of years. You know Nintendo will be. That's it. And if they don't, no, I really think I want the Amico. All right, best of luck to you. You know, let me know what you think about it in 6 months. What else we got? Oh, okay. So then he goes, oh sure, and EZ or Tommy Uyamiko aren't sock accounts? What about Ninja Kitty, A Volpe, and Arioka? All people in your community spamming Amico fan pages, but let's pretend y'all are innocent, just chilling in a hammock. I am just chilling in a hammock, and I am innocent. All I asked, man, I mean, I wasn't, like, I didn't expect to get him so mad. I mean, I was just curious, because I don't use a fake account, man. I'm right here. I got my face on video. I'm talking to you. I'm not afraid. You know, I don't understand, you know, I mean, maybe if you've been involved in some other things in the past, other drama, and maybe you've been blocked from certain channels, so you use a fake account. I'm not going to block you from whatever you say. You can come and say whatever you want in my comments, and I'll talk about it, obviously, in a video if I choose to. So, you know, if you're going to come and talk to me, come with who you really are. I just don't understand using fake accounts. I don't, man. I've always been the kind of person, if I have something to say, I'm going to say it. You know, I'm not afraid of the consequences of what I say. I mean, I have enough faith in my opinion that what I say, I feel like I say is accurate, and I'm not going to say anything crazy, and I'm certainly not going to go into other people's comments and act like a nut job, you know? I mean, it's just video games. It's supposed to be fun. So, you know, I don't really give a shit about all these other people's accounts if they're fake. I don't know who's fake or not. The only reason that I thought that your account was fake, because I looked at your profile and it just seemed very sparse. You know, you didn't have any content created, and you seemed to like have a lot of things you want to talk about. You seem like somebody who probably would make comments or make videos. And I believe I remember somebody calling you out in a previous video of mine, calling you a fake account. So that's the only reason I even knew that you were a fake account, and that's the only reason I said it. I'm not going to call out people for using a fake account. They can do whatever they want. It's a free country. You can do whatever you want. You can come to my account or to my videos with a fake account if you want. I'm just telling you, you don't have to. If you want to give credibility to the statements that you're making, let me know who you really are. Come to me. I'm not gonna block you. I don't give a fuck. I just think it's weird to do that, you know? I mean, it's like, if you want to do that, that's fine. If that's who you are, that's what you want to do, that's fine. But I just feel like if I'm going to have this discussion with you, it'd be nice to know who you are. And like, maybe I could go watch some of your videos and kind of get an understanding of your side of things. Because if you just come at me with nothing, like just some random Captain Dick, I don't know really what to talk with you about. So I don't know if there was much more. Let's see what we can find here. God, this tablet is shit. It's old and it's slow. Blah 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 blah. What else did I say? I think I was pretty much. Oh, have an Amico date chimed in, and he said these comments are funny. Yeah, well, and television was around before Nintendo. Wait, Nintendo was around since the 1800s. This is comedic. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was kind of funny, but anyways. He said, I said to him, I don't really comment on the Amico cult members' videos. I'm just doing my own thing, wondering why having criticism on a console is so triggering. The only reason I'm telling people to avoid the Amico is because I think there are better options. And the way Tommy is, his company might not even be around in a couple of years to provide support for the Amico. You're using a tactic of the left-wing media to project bad behavior on me. It's not just the left-wing media. It's all media does that. I don't even know why I said that. But they project bad behavior. You know, it's like you're projecting things onto me because of what other people have done. I'm not going to go into to other people's and go, just whatever, man. If I have something to say, I'll say something, but it's not me. I said, I'm literally just a dude chilling in my hammock, providing an alternative viewpoint about a console. Nothing more, nothing less. And then I said, to have an Amico Day channel, this dude's getting so triggered by Amico criticism, it's not rocket science. I just think there are way better options than the Amico. And then he says, who's triggered? This is all drama. I love it. And he deleted this one comment because I see hysterical. He said something to me that he said, yeah, you should have seen when I was getting hysterical. I'm like, hysterical? And I don't know if he was talking about because I said to him, like, who are you anyways? Like, why are you coming into my comments with a fake account? I wasn't trying to come at him like, who are you, man? Why are you coming into my comments with a fake account? I don't give a fuck, dude. I'm not like that. You come into my comments with a fake account if you want. I said, you're triggered as fuck, dude. You've left like 50 comments. Take a breath and just let it go, bro. And then I said to him, I'll do you a favor. I don't have time to play this back and forth game. So my next video, I'll read your comments addressed to me and we'll discuss them that way. How does that sound? And it was pretty much left at that. But that's pretty much all I wanted to say. It's just, like I said, I'm not going to go and tell somebody that has made up their mind to buy an Amico that you're dumb. Please don't do that. Please buy Nintendo. Oh my God. I don't fucking care, man. If Intellivision succeeds, great. You know, if I'm wrong, I'll admit it. You know, if Intellivision does succeed, that's fine. You know, it's good to have more competition in the market. I just don't feel like they're going to succeed. And I feel like I'm kind of think that their marketing is shady, that they're literally going for people that I feel like don't understand what video games are. They've said it themselves. They're going after the non-gamer. You know, they're going... I just don't feel like the person that's going to buy this might not have all the information. And they may be duped by the fact that it's got the name Intellivision on it. It's not the same. And your CEO's a nut. And, you know, it just seems like they're hiding stuff. They were so worried about the specs, you know. I mean, that's all it is. It's not that hard. It's not that complicated. If you want it, if the Amico, get it. It's fine. Go ahead. Whatever. I don't care. But again, like I said, I felt like I wanted to enter the conversation and provide my viewpoint in a calm and rational way, so that if there are people out there that don't quite know what they're getting into, I want to tell you, as a person who has been gaming since I was 4 years old when I got my Atari, you know, I've seen companies come and go. I have seen people try to start up and fail, you know? I mean, it's like, I don't know. I just want to say to you that there's better options out there, and one, for example, is Nintendo. You know, if it's kind of going after the same type of people, you know, maybe more of a casual gamer, children, families. Just give Nintendo a thought too. Anyways, that's all I have to say. Take it easy. Later.